The Roaring Fork has got some killer cuts of meat. Obviously, I'm here with the executive chef, Scott Mortensen, and you're gonna break this all down for us.
Absolutely. We have 3 cuts of steak today. We'll start
Thick.
we'll start with the most popular, which is the filet, which comes out of tenderloin. Then we move into the New York, which is a little more fibrous but carries a lot of flavor. And then we have the ribeye, which is my personal favorite. It carries a lot of fat and a lot of juice, which is cut out of this huge rack here.
So first you're gonna kind of tell us why we choose the types of meats.
Exactly. So the filet is a very tender cut. You can see there's no fat, there's very little sinew, and it's very easy to eat. The New York has just a little sinew on the top, and it's a much more exercised muscle, so you have more of a beefy flavor. And then moving on to the ribeye, you really have a lot of the fat and the marbling, which is what the juice and the flavor translates from.
So I'm a filet kind of girl.
A lot
and
of
you
people
said a
are.
lot of women choose the filet because they don't want to burn the calories cutting the meat, right?
Exactly. It's also a lot less work. I mean, as far as all the steaks here, the filet is probably the simplest, most go-to, salt, pepper, and done, whereas the other steaks require just a little bit more care.
And you said actually you have some rubs here, but it really high-end meat should really only need to be spiced with pepper and salt.
So the beef that we use is Angus beef, and it's a very high quality beef. We only use salt and coarse pepper, but if you have a little cheaper cut, sometimes it's not a bad deal to put a little extra spice in there.
How mad would you be if I came to your restaurant and I asked for A1?
No problem at all.
Okay, because that's what I do. I get the cheap stuff and then I throw some A1 on it.
That's not a problem at all. Our restaurant is designed to cater everybody, both the golfer right off the course and the fancy night out anniversary dinner.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about cutting the meat.
Absolutely. So just for an example, we'll take the steak, get it nice and stretched out. We're making 8-ounce portions, and just out of a matter of experience, I've kind of learned about the sizing for it. And then at the restaurant, we'll take it on a scale. The idea is to make one clean, simple cut so that you have a flat edge.
And that's easier to sear? Or...
Exactly, because your steak is going to cook on the 2 sides. So if you have a oblong or an off shape, then it won't get a good sear to it.
And how many ounces do you think these are?
That
looks like a big
This
fillet.
guy here was a lot bigger. These guys are right at about 8. All of our portions are 8, 16, and then we do a 22-ounce, which has the bone in it. So you get about a quarter, maybe 2 or 3 ounces of bone, but you're still getting almost 16 ounces of beef.
What about this big guy?
This big guy is how we make these ribeyes. I have a bandsaw at the restaurant, and I run the bandsaw to cut off basically these steaks. So you can literally take this steak after it's all trimmed, and it was off the side of this beef. We cut this yesterday morning, and then I cut this morning, just to give you guys a little illustration of where it all comes from.
Awesome. You guys also have happy hour, right?
Yes, ma'am. We have happy hour 4 to 7 every night. And then on Sunday and Monday, it's all night. So from 4 to 10, come visit us and get some great deals on happy hour.
So I can get a cheap, dirty martini then.
You can get a great martini. We have a Cadillac STS, which is the top of the line. And then we have the Huckleberry Margarita, which is just a mixed margarita with a little huckleberry juice in there for you.
And then you guys also have private dining?
Yes, ma'am. We have 3 different private dining areas. We have an indoor banquet area, and then we have 3 covered patios with misters and heaters. Very, very easy to accommodate anybody.
Awesome. Well, I learned a lot. Thank you so much, Scott.
Thank you.
And we'll have more on our website, azdailymix.com.